I'm going to do a react video. I'm going to preface this with the fact that I'm completely baffled why Sam Seder continues to platform the people peddling misinformation. Why does he constantly focus on them and give them name recognition within his own audience? I'd like to know that very deeply. And every time I've tried to call in, they haven't picked up my call. Despite the fact that they were like, hey, if you tweet our producer on Twitter, we're more likely to pick up your call, which I did, and it didn't happen.
What is the death totals yesterday?
2,632 people died yesterday.
2,006.
Okay, I read something today, I think it was, maybe it was yesterday, that it was actually 4,000 people. So, I don't know.
632 people died in this country yesterday. Again, lagging indicator. The infection rate of Omicron, as a nation is going down. There are locations where it is not. And we're going to see this in places where Omicron is yet to hit. Over time, it's going to go up. Yet, Ben Shapiro, who has wanted to justify not protecting the people who work for his company. Ben Shapiro wants people to get back to work regardless of what's going on. Here's the irony, is that these guys both want workers to go back to work and also probably upset that the employment number.
Sam, some of us are back to work for a lot less than we used to make. And we're putting ourselves at risk every goddamn day, wearing as much protection as possible and looking like something out of Star Wars when we do it. And I mean, we have a situation where half of the public believes in this QAnon bullshit. And so they are putting all of us at risk. And the rest of us are trying to protect ourselves as much as possible. And, we're trying to earn a living. We're trying to keep our homes. We're really trying, we're trying everything we can to not become destitute. And yet you continue to platform people like Jackson Hinkle. I just don't, and Nomiki Konst. Fuck's sake, dude.
Are better. But
I just said bless you to myself.
Here is, bless you. Here is Ben Shapiro.
Why did you just sneeze? Did you just sneeze, Emma? By the way, my favorite troll, you're mispronouncing her name. It's Vigilant. I had this conversation with Niall.
Talking about the state of the Omicron COVID variant. This is clip number 7.
Experts had suggested we were going to gain about 200,000 jobs in January. So that means they missed by 500,000 jobs because they went the wrong direction in January. The U.S. added just 199,000 jobs in December. Economists are bracing for overall job losses in January. They expect the labor market to bounce back as Omicron fades, but we keep hearing that over and over. See, the thing is, you actually have to let Omicron fade if Omicron is going to fade. Because at this point, Omicron is just a mental condition. Omicron is not even...
Oh my God, even with this guy. God damn, he's... Not only is he a sexual predator, like everything he posts on Twitter in regards to sexual relations is so fucking creepy. But he has no clue how to read economics whatsoever. So, jobs going up or down, what the fuck does that mean even? Well, the way the metric works is that it's just jobs. It doesn't mean if people like myself, who was making 6 figures and are now taking jobs for significantly less to make a living, and we can't afford to pay for things because we were making a higher income before. Yeah, okay, white people problems. I get you. I get you. I get you. But in reality, like, this is a concern for me because I could lose my property right now. And, you know, I'm trying not to become destitute. And he's trying to speak to people like me, and it doesn't resonate.
A tremendous physical threat to the American people at this point because cases have been declining so steeply. And by the way, pretty much everybody has either been vaxxed or had natural immunity at this point by the stats. But it doesn't matter. You keep treating it as a crisis.
Natural immunity? You fucker. Oh my God. People who got Omicron are getting reinfected within 3 weeks because they're so stupid they won't mask their fucking faces. I've been wearing KN95s and N95s for over a month now to protect myself. How fucking stupid are you, Ben Shapiro?
This.
Okay. It's hard to sort of list the number of things he gets wrong in that clip because it's so densely packed with idiocy that it's hard to sort of parse out.
That's kind of his thing.
We know that approximately 20% of the people who are dying on a daily basis, at least this was the case a week or two ago. And the numbers were...
Sam, Emma, if you were serious about this, you wouldn't be platforming people like Jackson Hinkle. You wouldn't be doing it. Why are you giving that kid a platform? What is the talent agency connection here?
Close to 500,000 new jobs in January. And what that suggests is that people were far more nervous about Omicron in December because, and we can see the lagging indicator, you've got 2,600 people dying a day right now. Those are people who contracted it in December.
Yeah.
And maybe the beginning of January.
And that's why you have people like Nate Silver saying they're going to patriotically go out to eat more often to try to get the economy back. But it's like you can't make up for the fact that everybody else is still concerned about the virus that's flying around.
It's not even that. Like, we literally can do the economy without being in person, maskless, face to face. We can literally do this because there are so many jobs that are created through delivery to your door. There's so many jobs created by doing, delivery services. This is some bullshit. You do not have to show up in person. And quite frankly, even before we got into the pandemic, a lot of people just don't want to deal with that bullshit, and they'd rather have things delivered to their home. We were already moving in this goddamn direction before we hit a pandemic, that we wanted remote work. We wanted remote environments. This already was going on before we hit the pandemic. And now the pandemic is forcing them to do it. But these motherfuckers, these bosses and shit, they want to watch you. They want to see you in person.
And clogging up hospitals.
There's a lot of people.
Brave of you to go and have a filet mignon.
Well, it's also sort of like, there's also people who may have someone in their life who is in some way immunocompromised. I mean, and the idea that you should be cavalier about this or decide that, it's more important for me to go out and support restaurants than it is for me to hang out with my mom or my dad or my uncle or my aunt or my friend or my child.
Not just that it's more important, that I'm actually benevolent.
Yes, I'm actually a good person and I'm a rational person because I'm making that decision. It's just bizarre and twisted.
They want to do it.
Nothing you say matters because you keep platforming Jackson Hinkle. Do you understand this? that every time you lift them up and you introduce them to your audience, you are discrediting yourselves. You could be talking to actual people who organize, not just me. There are tons of people within my friends list that you could be interviewing who are legitimate activists, who are, wholly on support with masking up and getting boosted and, getting all your shots, who believe in Bernie's platform, that you could be interviewing, but instead you're interviewing people like fucking Jackson Hinkle.
They want to do, and so then they like assign valor to it. It's so like absurdly narcissistic. You want to go out to dinner? Go out to dinner. Let's not pretend like you're doing some amazing act of kindness. It's ridiculous.
And if you're an apologist for capitalism, it's a lot easier to say like this is on people's head than actually we have a structural problem with our consumer economy.
Right.
And it's not exactly as robust as we need it to be.
I don't think we do, actually. I think that most rational people actually are on the same page with me and are horrified by what's happening by the Trump economy. And that's what it is. Biden is weak, yes. And he hasn't fought back against this enough, because that's how the old school Democrats roll at the top of the party. They're like, well, we kind of have to play to the middle. No, you don't fucking have to do that. The middle has been moved so far to the right at this point that it's insane. And what is happening with the QAnon craze and the Trump craze is insane. And you have to take a stand against it and show strength. Because if people don't think you're strong, they're not going to vote with you. They will stay at home. They'll be like, well, nobody really represents me. Sam, you are not helping this situation. Stop giving Jackson a platform. For fuck's sake, condemn him and leave him alone. Let him fucking fade away. Let him fade away.